The text came in while I was stirring pasta sauce. The smell of garlic filling the kitchen. The ordinary comfort of a Tuesday night wrapping around me like a lie. It was just a kiss. I swear. Please don't make this bigger than it was. I stared at my phone until the screen dimmed. My wife, Lena, was sitting 10 feet away at the dining table, scrolling through her own phone, humming softly. The woman I had married. The woman I trusted more than anyone else in my life. And in that moment I realized something simple and devastating. People don't beg you not to make things bigger, unless they already know how big they are. I didn't reply. I didn't confront her. I finished cooking. That's the part that still scares me, the calm. The way my hands didn't shake. The way my heart didn't race yet. It was like my body knew something my mind was still trying to deny. For weeks before that message, something had been off. Not dramatically. No lipstick on collars. No late-night disappearances. Just distance. Missed calls she didn't explain. Her phone angled away from me on the couch, laughing at messages she wouldn't share, then quickly locking the screen when she noticed me watching. I told myself I was paranoid. That marriage dulls excitement, that routines get quiet, that love doesn't always announce itself loudly. I told myself I was lucky Lena was kind, smart, steady. We didn't fight much. We had a life. But there were moments. Tiny, needling moments. Like when I reached for her hand in the car and she flinched, just slightly, like she'd forgotten I was there. Or when she came home one night smelling like a different cologne and blamed it on a coworker's hug. Or when she stopped saying I love you without thinking, as if the words now required effort. I started questioning myself before I questioned her. Was I boring? Too quiet? Too predictable? I replayed conversations, dinners, years, wondering where I had failed without noticing. Then one night she came home later than usual, eyes glassy, smile forced. Everything okay? I asked. She hesitated. Mark, she said. From work. We talked. Got emotional. He kissed me. But that's all. I pulled away. Mark. I knew the name. She'd mentioned him before. Funny, charming, going through a rough divorce. I remembered how casually she'd said it then. How normal it seemed. It was just a kiss, she repeated, watching my face carefully. I swear. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to. A kiss could be forgiven. A moment of weakness. Crack, not a collapse. But something in her voice didn't match the words. Not guilt exactly. More like rehearsal. That night, while she slept beside me, breathing slow and even, I stared at the ceiling and felt something harden inside my chest. Trust doesn't break loudly. It fractures silently, spreading until everything feels unstable. The next day, I did something I had never done in our entire marriage. I checked her laptop. I wasn't proud of it. I still aren't. But curiosity mixed with dread is a powerful thing. Her browser was already open. Her email logged in. I told myself I'd stop if I didn't find anything. I didn't stop. There were messages. Dozens. Weeks worth. Conversations that started innocent and slid gradually into something else. Compliments. Late-night confessions. Complaints about me. How distant I'd been, how misunderstood she felt. And then the truth. I wish it had only been a kiss she'd written to him. I keep replaying that night. I hate lying to him, but I'm not ready to lose everything. I felt sick. My hands shook so hard I had to sit down on the floor. It wasn't just that she'd lied. It was how easily she'd done it. How she'd looked into my eyes and minimized something that had already gone so far beyond a single moment. I didn't scream. I didn't wake her up. I closed the laptop and went to work like a ghost wearing my face. For days I walked around with that knowledge burning inside me. Every memory felt tainted. Every laugh from the past echoed differently now. I remembered our wedding, the vows, the way she'd cried when she promised forever. I wondered when forever had started meaning, until something better comes along. She noticed my distance. You okay? She asked one night, touching my arm. I almost laughed. Instead I nodded. I just need time, I said. I wasn't lying. I needed time to decide who I was going to be after this. The turning point came the following weekend. We had plans to host a small dinner. Just us, candles, the quiet intimacy we used to love. She cooked. I set the table. We played our usual soft music. Halfway through the meal, she reached for my hand. "I'm glad we're doing better," she said softly. Something in me snapped, not explosively but decisively. "I want to play something," I said. She smiled. "Now?" "Yeah. It's important." I connected my phone to the speaker. Her smile faded as she realized I wasn't cueing music. I pressed play. Her own voice filled the room. A voice message she'd sent him. Laughing. Intimate. Talking about how lonely she felt in our marriage. About how the night they spent together felt real. She froze. Fork slipping from her fingers, clattering against the plate. Her face drained of color. "Why do you have that?" "Because it wasn't just a kiss," I said quietly. She started crying immediately. Not defensive tears. Panicked ones. She reached for me, words tumbling out. Excuses, explanations, guilt, confusion. She said she felt invisible. She said she never meant to hurt me. She said she loved me. I listened. I really did. Because she deserved to be heard even then. But as she spoke, I realized something else. Every explanation still centered on her feelings. Her loneliness. Her pain. Not once did she ask what this had done to me. When she finally stopped talking, the room felt hollow. "I can forgive a mistake," I said. "But I can't live with a lie." She whispered my name. "I played that," I continued, "because I needed you to hear yourself, to understand that whatever we had, it's already gone." We sat there in silence, the candle flickering between us, melting down like time running out. The marriage didn't end with shouting or slammed doors. It ended with a quiet understanding that something essential had died, and love alone couldn't resurrect it. She moved out a week later. Now months have passed. The apartment is quieter, lonelier, but it's honest. I don't second-guess every notification sound. I don't wonder who I'm competing with. Some nights still hurt. Some memories still sting. But I've learned this. Trust is not about grand gestures or dramatic apologies. It's about truth, even when it's uncomfortable. She lied about the kiss. But what ended the marriage wasn't the video I played at dinner. It was the moment I chose myself over pretending everything was fine, and realized I deserved a love that didn't need to hide.